we're at the final 3 games this season. Clearly, you're going to play 3 really good teams that you guys are 0-6 against, but you've been playing really, really well. What's different about this team now in comparison to where you were when you lost to Phoenix, Utah, and Denver earlier in the season?
Just because of how crucial of a time it is. Everyone's approach is different now. And they understand the importance of everything because of what we're playing for. So, guys are going to come out with a different mindset, different mentality. And our approach, like I said, is going to be on a completely different level. Back then, like you said, we were 0-6, but like you said, it's not about like that. That was a time where, it's a lot of stuff going on. Now we get into the finish line and we understand the importance of everything. So we just got to continue to make sure that, we keep doing the same thing that we've been doing. Our approach, to the games, the way we come out, the way we, handle everything has been different compared to how we were, early on in the season. So, we just, have a different approach, and we understand what all is at stake right now.
So let me ask you then, why wasn't that approach there earlier? Because during the season, there were numerous times when you guys would say, we have to work on communication, we have to work on playing better defense. Why is it all clicking now as opposed to January, February, March?
I mean, well, we don't necessarily know why, but like you said, it still was a lot of things, a lot of variables, and a lot of people weren't there at that time. So now that we're at full strength and everyone's here, we're full throttle. So now we can understand that what we're capable of, and like I said, it's a different approach because, like I said, we understand the importance of everything, and we did before, but it's like the level that it is now is different.
Okay. Thanks.
Robert, how would you assess your defense this year? Obviously, the team defense has improved, I think, since the All-Star break, but I'm curious how you would kind of view your season as a defender this year.
I feel like I've been, up there with, all defensive team, in a lot of different cases. But like you said, how all that works, But me, as far as my presence on this team, like a lot of things don't go unnoticed. And, I watch a lot of film with, Juice and, just the little things of building upon that, watching game film. I still do the same habits I do normally. Like I said, it's just with this year, like everything's been so tough. And so much has been, erratic that, a lot of different spectrums people don't pay attention to. Like I said, I be playing around and talking to people on Instagram and messing around with them. But like people really think I be serious, but I really don't. It's a lot of things that, I take into account. And one thing that I'm always going to take into account is defense. So no matter what, I'm always going to go out there and do what I got to do. And I'm always going to leave it all on the court.
Now, what is this IG talk that you're referencing here, if you don't mind my asking?
Man, I just like engaging with fans at times, just to mess with them a little bit. But it's all just fun and games. Like some people get taken out of context, some people get offensive, some people do a lot of different things. But like I just be messing around. It'd be when you got too much time on your hands. Sometimes you can just do something because you're bored, and that's a lot of times what happen.
So did you mention hands too? I saw a stat the other day that you were, if not the best, then one of the best in the NBA in terms of deflections this season. And I think just in generally in your career throughout the years, can you attribute that to anything, or is there anything you've kind of learned throughout the years that has allowed you to maybe play that positional defense so well?
A lot of drills that I used to do, it used to be reaction drills. So to building those habits, just allow me to, apply it in a game. And that's what I've been able to do. Like I said, I've led the league in deflections for multiple times in my career. In Philly, they held that stat heavily when I was there. And I want to say that my highest probably in a game, I think 33, 34.
That's impressive.
So I can't quite quote the exact number, but I know it's in the 30s. So, I mean, it's that those are things that, like I said, acknowledging. Sometimes they give me a mark to see how many when I was there, how many I could get, in a quarter or within a certain time frame, because they understand how active my hands are. And like I said, I still keep that mentality, even though I'm here now, I still keep that same mentality. When I was in Minnesota, I kept that same mentality. And, you know, it's just my approach is to be disruptive as possible. And it doesn't have to be on ball, to be off ball, like reading, reacting, like it's all simultaneous and it all plays a part in everything.
Great. And finally, what I see you're wearing a Mellow t-shirt. Is that what that is? What's going on there?
Man, y'all gotta wait for the video to come out.
Oh, okay. Wait for the video.
Robert,
Thanks,
go ahead. Sorry. Robert, Damian said himself, like maybe, I think after the Indiana game, that he has made a change in his defensive approach, starting with taking Malcolm Brogdon from the first or second quarter on in that game. What have you seen differently from him defensively that's allowed him to raise his level of play at that end of the court?
He understands what's at stake and how important everything is. He's taking that different approach, and like you said, you know, he wants to make us better. He wants to be better. And like I said, just that mentality of him being our leader in itself, you know, that in tune sets the tone for all of us. And so, you know, when people see him doing that, like it's a trickling effect. It's very contagious. So, you know, he take that challenge on himself because, like you said, he understands what's the big picture ahead of us.
And then lastly, Powell talked about early on with the Blazers where in Toronto, it was a mindset of the entire team that we're going to play defense while he was there. And it almost seemed like he was implying that maybe that mindset hadn't taken shape here yet. Everyone now says it has the last couple of weeks, but what has Powell brought in terms of helping everyone reach that level mentally?
You know, he's another great defender. You know, him, DJ, me, you know, Nas, we have so many good guys that are great defenders. That, you know, it brings a dynamic to where he's a different type of defender. He's able to score as well. So, you know, his presence plays a major part in it. And you know, like I said, him and DJ are two different guys when it comes to the way they defend, but you know, they bring the same intensity, same composure on both sides of the court. So, you know, it just brings a different dynamic. And you know, like I said, it's the mentality, you know, that has shifted because, like I said, we all understand, we see the statistics and all that. Like we're a okay defending team, but when we really apply ourselves and we really, you know, take it up a notch, we can be one of the top.
So then I got one more, sorry. So then if it's been the players changing their mentality and figuring things out, then is the criticism of Stotts unfair for the defensive shortcomings, especially with Nurkic being out, et cetera?
Absolutely.
All right, thanks.